Hi, Mr. Appleton. As I stated earlier, we received a call from you about 2 weeks ago to the foster agency of Smallville. Um, and so I just wanted to go over my notes before we proceed, what I have so far, and correct me if I have anything down wrong, and I will notate that. So you called about 2 weeks ago. Your mom moved in with you about 5 years ago, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And you guys are both widowed, right?
Yes, unfortunately.
I'm so sorry to learn that. So it looks like you are inquiring about our foster agency as a single father. Is that correct?
Yes, that is. I just love kids so much.
Okay. Um, and Peggy Appleton, you moved in about 5 years ago, and you stated in the call that you were willing to help in the process should you proceed forward. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So my name is Crystal, and I'm assigned as your case manager. So I just want to go over some questions to see if maybe we can narrow this down to a good fit, and then we'll talk after about ways that we can move forward. Sound good to you both?
Excellent.
Okay. So Eric, who lives in this house and what are their ages?
Well, we have two of the kids still here, 17 and 9.
Okay.
So Ani is 9 and Jason is 17.
Okay. And they both go to public school, is that correct?
Yes, they're both currently in public school.
Okay. And your mom lives with you, obviously. So that would be 4 family members all together in this house, yes?
Correct, not including the animals.
Okay. We will get to that later, actually. And so what do you do for a living, Eric?
I'm an IT consultant.
Okay, great.
Yes, so I'm very flexible, work from home quite a bit.
Wow, okay,
Yeah,
great. And Peggy, as I was coming in here into your office, I saw some counseling books. Are those your books? Have you read them? What do you do for a living?
Yeah, I'm a licensed counselor, although right now I'm retired, but I still thoroughly enjoy reading books on things to deal with psychology and Christian psychology in particular. I just really enjoy that. Love kids, like to just work with them, and always trying to figure out ways to better myself.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing. So you're retired. Does that mean you're home most of the time, or what do you do during the day?
Yeah, I am home. I mean, I go out and help people. I once in a while will help people move. That's something I enjoy. So, but it's not something I do as in employment. It's just something that I enjoy helping others.
Okay. And Eric, what would you state just the general health of each family member? Are there any health issues or
well, the kids have taken the death of their mother pretty um, difficult. It's been challenging, but they both are in therapy and have made great strides in the last year.
Okay, would you describe your health?
Oh, um, the overall health. Yes, to answer your question, the overall health is good. Um, I've been in therapy myself, and I really feel like I've come to a place where I'm able to move forward with life, and it's been really healing with the therapist that I've been seeing over the last 3 years. So it's been really good.
Great. Okay, and Peggy, how would you describe your overall health?
Oh, I think it's really good. I'm pretty healthy. I eat well and take care of myself and like to stay active.
Okay. So I'd like to ask you questions about just, it's kind of a small town. What types of support systems in this neighborhood or town are you currently aware of or would you currently use?
Well, we don't have close neighbors, but we are close with the few neighbors that we have. Um, since it is a small town, everybody knows everybody, and we really look over each other, care for one another. You know, always calling to let people know, hey, the storm's coming, or whatever the case may be.
Right. So are you plugged into any groups of people like book clubs, churches,
Oh yeah, yes,
gatherings?
yes. We're plugged into the local Methodist church. We just it's really been good for us. We have a really good support system there.
Fantastic. Okay. Um, so here's kind of the harder part to think through. I know you guys are excited about looking into this. Have you thought about the type of child or children you guys would want to foster?
Well, just in my thinking, really looking at mom for help, but in my thinking, I really want to be there for somebody who's maybe seen some trauma or mild abuse.
Okay,
I just think it's a tragedy that they would have had to have gone through that, and just want to hopefully provide them a healthy environment which to grow and mature and move on to adulthood.
that's certainly advantageous of you. Very admirable. Um, have you thought about so we do risk assessments with children all the way up to kids who have threatened to commit suicide, threatened to kill other people. Arson is a big one. What kind of risks for past behavior would you be willing or perhaps not willing to take on?
Hmm. Well, I can't say that I really thought about that.
That's a heavy question.
That's pretty heavy. I do like fire, but I don't think I would like someone to join me in that endeavor. So, and ideally, trying to find a child under 5, I
Okay,
think would be best. I don't know that we're ready for another teenager in the house.
sure. Okay. So with a child 5 or under, um, a lot of times with these kids, we don't certainly know what their future behaviors will be, obviously, or how they've been impacted by trauma. Is that something you've really thought through? And do you, how would you handle, future scenarios, should they have risky behaviors?
Hmm. Wow, it's pretty deep. I can't say that I've really thought that through in detail.
And that's okay. I just wanted to kind of gauge your thought on that.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. These are all obviously this is a new world for you guys, so we're just gonna kind of throw it out on the table and make sure that if we do a placement, it's a good fit for everyone.
Certainly.
What are your feelings about handicaps or ethnicities? Any anything like that that you would want to or not want to do?
I guess I hadn't thought of that either. I would, my first two kids are not very athletic, so I'd like to have an athletic child. That would be nice. So, but no, I hadn't really thought of, um, you know, athletics
Sure.
or gender or
Okay, so you're okay
ethnicity.
with male or female.
Yes.
Okay. And it sounds like maybe handicaps might not be your thing. Maybe you're picturing like an active 5-year-old who wants to go swimming or play catch and, you know, with some energy.
Ideally, yes.
Okay, that's good to know. With maybe some past trauma, that would be fine. Obviously, with a 5-year-old, we can't always know what future behaviors are going to be, but I do want you guys to know that, you know, if you dive into this world, there are many resources available to you, even in this small town, that we can help you, you know, get through the unexpected things that may arise from this. So, with that being said, and just some general questions thrown out there, would you guys be willing to maybe move forward further and think about narrowing down kids in the process of foster parenting?
I think so.
Yeah,
Don't-
I mean, I think that one of the things that I would be, where I could be an asset for him is that since I have had some training with psychology and counseling and I've worked with kids before, I think that I would be aware if we were over our heads. If we got a child that was too difficult, I think that I would at least have enough education to say, hey, you know, we need help with this. This is too much for us right
Right.
now, and to reach out for other resources.
So obviously, with your background, you're comfortable and willing to refer out when needed, is what I'm hearing you say.
Yes.
It sounds like you guys could be a great fit for a lot of children. So I want to thank you guys for looking into this. You sound like a wonderful family, and I think we can certainly narrow down some placements and move forward. I would like to say, you know, your house obviously is clean and hospitable. You seem like a really great dad, and I love that, you know, you guys have a lot of time to put in this. It sounds like you're home a lot. You can be flexible. Peggy, your background is perfect, and I think both of you will be an awesome seed in a child's life. So I wanted to thank you for that. As far as moving forward, we have foster classes. Would you guys be willing to go through some of the foster classes or programs that we have to offer?
Yep,
Absolutely.
Okay. We also have a list of recommended books, and we put them kind of in order of importance. Do you guys like to read? Is that something you'd be willing to look into?
Sure.
Reading?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. We also have a program nearby, and it's actually called the Pre-Foster Counseling Program. I know a lot of people haven't heard of that. It's brand new. Would you guys be maybe even willing to look into that when things arise or even before they arise?
Oh, definitely. I think that would be really helpful. I didn't know that Smallville had gotten so advanced in this process.
Yep, we
Well,
have a
it's
lot of
new for
resources.
us, so we realize that we have, you know, a lot to learn, and you know,
Right.
the learning curve. We're willing to take that on.
And I also wanted to say, you mentioned the local church. I'm familiar with working with Pastor Gary. He actually works with a couple of our other parents who do, he does foster counseling with them, and he's a great support. So is that also something that you would be willing to utilize if needed?
Sure, I think
Absolutely,
that'd be a
yeah.
great resource.
Gary and I are really good friends, and I didn't even know that.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm so happy to meet you guys, and I can't wait to move forward in this process. We'll call you about our schedule and meet in about another 2 weeks. Does that sound good?
Great. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.